Welcome back. It's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. Today from Spin Master. In the retro collection line, we are featuring the Batman Forever, Batmobile, and Batman. And this is a Target exclusive here in the United States. Alright, so today is January 16, 2025. Yesterday I was at my local Target doing a grocery run after work. And of course, I headed straight to the toy aisle, and I was pleasantly surprised by this. It's so crazy that in the year 2025, that Spin Master is jumping into the time machine, stealing toys from the 90s, and bringing them to the present day. I am so excited for this retro collection that Spin Master is doing. It's awesome. In addition to the Batman Forever Batmobile, there's actually a line of action figures also, and I'll cover that in another video. But for today, we're just going to look at the Batmobile. It's beautiful. It's a sight to behold. And the crazy thing is the price also. So here in the United States at Target, I bought this for only $19.99, which is amazing because the figures alone by themselves are only $8.99. So the price on this is awesome. Not only are you getting the Batmobile, but you're also getting a Batman figure that's included with this. The package design, it's a work of art. This is like a complete throwback to the old Kenner action figures from the 90s, and I couldn't be more excited. It looks amazing. On the back of the box, it highlights the action figure and the vehicle. The Batmobile itself, 20 inches long, very impressive. Here's the Batman figure that's included, showing the canopy on the Batmobile that slides open. And yeah, this looks great. Spin Master, they don't fail to impress me. When they first acquired the DC license some years back from after Mattel had it, I was very skeptical because I kind of thought that the quality and presentation of the figures would be aimed more so at younger ones, which, initially it felt like that was the case. But then over the years, they kind of found their footing, and especially with the Flash movie from a few years ago, they really demonstrated that, they could really raise the bar and put the collector, first. And this is totally one of those situations. And I think it's the greatest thing in the world. It's awesome, for them to be able to produce product like this. And on the underneath, there's even the instructions showing, what's needed. And it looks like all you need to do is attach the fins. All right, so let's take this out. I am so stoked on this. And if you're a child of the 90s, and if there's something that you had when you were younger that kind of produced, this is really a trip down memory lane. Oh, look at that. This is beautiful. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And let's start taking the pieces out. Yeah, if the Batmobile's keyed underneath, so if this is similar to the older Batmobiles we've got in the past, you just grab one of these and then twist them, and then the key comes out. And so we have the Batmobile looking awesome. Has some nice weight to it also. It doesn't feel like just a hollow piece of plastic. It feels really nice. And then on the inside, we have the fins. Let's take those out. All right, we have the top fin here, and let's remove the smaller ones. This is looking great. Alright, so we have the fins over here, and then the top fin, and let's start assembling this. I wonder if these are identical, or if they're keyed for certain... Alright, so the left and right fins look like they're identical. It seems like it doesn't really matter where we put them. And let's get them on. Alright, snaps in. The one thing I like is that, excuse me, the one thing I like is that the tabs on these fins are nice, thick and long, and then it seems like the material is pretty durable also. It doesn't feel like they're really going to snap off. If you ever hunted down like used Batmobiles on eBay, the one thing that's always missing are the fins. And then, you know, just trying to hunt individual fins, it's very, very pricey. So let's get this one on. This one's a little bit... There we go, snaps in, and we have our completed Batmobile. And according to the box, this thing measures in at 20 inches. I'll take it their word for it. You know, from end to end, this thing is, yeah, this is a really long and sight to behold. It looks awesome. And as for the canopy itself, it's actually taped on so it doesn't slide open. So let's move the tape. And according to the instructions, I think this thing just slides forward. Oh, that's really cool. That is awesome. You can see the track right here, which the canopy slides on. And then we have a very cool Batman figure. Now, this doesn't feel like a Kenner figure. It's now, it's kind of nuts. Now, I am stoked on this, don't get me wrong. But he is so barrel-chested. But I don't mind. You know, this aesthetic really captures those 90s styles of action figures. Like, especially if you remember the old Power of the Force, where the Luke Skywalker figure just looked jacked. You're looking at a figure that stands in at about 4 3/4. The detailing is nice. It's Batman in kind of his dark gray costume. And then you can see the black Batman emblem screened on. The facial sculpt looks very similar to the older Kenner figures, and if you notice, it features updated articulation in the arms. Not only do they go up and down, but it also appears that they might go outward as well. Let's see if they could do that. It does. Awesome. So some new updated articulation for 2025. Unfortunately, there is no waist swivel or joint at the knee. But I think that's forgivable just because, you know, this is really trying to recreate the action figures from the 90s. But it is nice that they at least gave us the updated shoulder and arm articulation right there. But, yeah, beautiful figure. But like I said, you know, there might be some criticism about how jacked he is and how huge his chest is. But I don't think you're really going to complain all that much once you have the figure in hand. It's such a cool figure. And with this line, it feels like it's more about the feels, especially if, like I said, you know, I can't emphasize it enough. If you grew up during the 80s and 90s, and if this was something that you had when you were younger, you know, this is really aimed at you. And the nice thing is also is that little ones could easily get into this because it does feel like a toy. You know, this doesn't feel like a premium collectible. It feels like it's meant to be played with. It's meant to be zoomed around on your kitchen floor, you know. It's really, really something. And you have a nice interior view of the cockpit. And I don't get enough of this. This is so cool. I'm so glad they went with the sliding track as opposed to the hinge. Hinges always break. This thing feels like it's not going to fall off and you're not necessarily going to lose it. So, wow, really well thought out. And underneath you can see a hint of blue plastic. It's kind of like how in the later Batman movies from the 90s, you know, the Batmobiles are all about like illumination. You know, underneath the black armor, they were either like always like a green underlight or something blue, and this one kind of takes cues from that. And it looks nice. Here are the wheels. They spin pretty freely. The underside has some nice detailing to it also. As you see, it doesn't appear to be held together by screws. It looks like it's just kind of snapped into place with plastic tabs. So if you're a customizer, it seems like it shouldn't be too difficult to disassemble this if you desire to repaint it. But yeah, very, very happy with this purchase, and it looks great. And let's get Batman back inside. Just give me a moment. I'm trying to get the cape perfect. And get him seated in. I think I have to raise his arms a little or keep him down. Keep him down. But yeah, this is awesome. Like I said, in 2025, it's so cool that they give us stuff like this. Now, granted, you know, I think most collectors, they always think about buying the more premium stuff like the McFarlane DC Multiverse line of action figures. You know, there's a Star Wars Black series, but there's just something really cool about this retro style. For one, I appreciate the price point. You know, they're so affordable. They're small. They're easy to store, fun to display, fun to play with, and you know, this is really about the feels. You know, there's something priceless about being able to recapture your youth, especially if you're a child of the 90s and it's 2025. You know, you've had a lifetime of experience. You might be settled down now, have kids of your own, and you just think about yesterday. And to be able to go into your local Target and just relive your youth, it's so, so awesome. So yeah, I'm stoked on this. So let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.